welcome to our video. My name is Alyssa Pelkey. I am currently the Vice President of our Education Committee.
My name is Laman Mirzaliva, and I'm one of the MCG Education Committee members.
And I'm Tom Bodkin. I'm also on the Education Committee.
And for this video, we're going to be going into an overview of our club, which is the Management Consulting Group. We are at Binghamton University, and we're one of the professional organizations within the School of Management. So to start off, we're going to talk a little bit about the club. We were founded in 2014 for the professional organizations in the School of Management. This is pretty new considering how established we now are within the School of Management. The Management Consulting Group has the goal of providing Binghamton students with a holistic understanding of the management consulting field. So this applies to students who aren't necessarily set on pursuing consulting as their career, but just want to even start to learn a little bit about what a career in consulting entails. And then for those who do determine that they want to go on the path of pursuing a consulting career, we help to assist them in developing the necessary skills for being successful as a consultant. And in order to do this, we run numerous different events throughout the semesters. They range from just single-time workshops. We also have our own developmental program specifically for MCG. And we also run a long-term case competition with the School of Management. So we have a really broad and diverse range of activities that we do to achieve our overall goal. So next we're going to talk about how MCG is run. We have a pretty simple hierarchy of our club. It starts off with the president who oversees the activities of the entire club. And from the president, we have 3 different branches for different committees. Our 3 committees are the competitions committee, our branch of 180 degrees consulting, and an education committee. So each committee has a vice president that leads the different committee members that they have beneath them. And overall, the committee members and the VP work together to execute the different activities of that committee. So now I'm going to start talking a little bit about our education committee, which is the committee that we are all a part of here in this video. So the overall goal of our education committee is to provide students with the content and resources they need to support their exploration of the consulting field. So again, as I was talking before, this kind of relates back to our overall goal of MCG, of helping everybody who has any interest in consulting as a whole, whether how big or how small it is. We really are able to, we really like to assist any student who's interested in what we have to offer. Secondly, for the education committee, we also have a lot of responsibility in connecting with our alumni network and making sure that they're really able to stay involved to whatever degree they want with the students that are currently at Binghamton. So that's a really fun and exciting part that our education committee also gets to have a hand in. So our education committee currently has 4 major activities that we work on. The first one is the TechX workshops. TechX is going to be explained a little bit later on in the video, but basically we run a bunch of workshops that help explain how to participate in a case competition, and it's ran every semester in the fall semester. Secondly, we have our winter consulting night that the education committee plans. This is kind of the biggie for our committee. It happens every year over winter break. What happens is students apply to attend the event, and we also have professional alumni come to the event as well. It's held in New York City, and it's a night of basically just rotating panels and a lot of impactful discussion between students and professionals to kind of help foster the bond and the connection that they have. So it's a really fun and exciting event to plan. And following that, we have our interview academy. This takes place in the spring semester, typically around the recruitment cycle for consulting. We basically run a couple different events where we present about different topics that students might encounter during their recruitment process for a consulting position. Like, for example, one of the things we talk about is how to do a case interview, which when interviewing for a consulting position, that is something that students are very likely to encounter. So we help to give them a lot of the tips and tricks on how to be successful in those. And then lastly, we also do semester newsletters, which kind of relates to strengthening that bond with our alumni network. We like to keep them involved and show them what we are achieving each semester. It's also just a good way to document the activities that are going on in the club, and overall it helps to show our alumni the strides that we are taking as a club and how we are helping the students at Binghamton. And it's something that we do every semester, and we're looking forward to doing that again this semester, talking about all the things that we've been working on so far in the fall. And the new thing that we have going on for the education committee this semester is we have started a YouTube account, which is where you're watching this video right now. The YouTube account is something that we're really excited to see where it will go. Currently on the channel, we only have a couple of videos that are just recordings of our TechX workshops for those who couldn't necessarily attend the event when it was held. But for the future, we're really excited to make a lot of diverse content that talks about our club and consulting in general, and just helps us spread the awareness and the information that our club has to offer to students in Binghamton, and as well as, again, keeping our alumni network involved in the club and showing them what we've been up to. So we're really excited to see where we can take this and how we can really use it to MCG's advantage in the future. And now I'm going to be passing it off to Lamont to talk about our 180 Degrees Consulting branch.
Thank you, Alyssa. So now I would like to tell you more about our second committee, which is 180 Degrees Consulting, that was previously referred to as Consulting Engagement Program. So what is 180 Degrees Consulting? It is an exceptional year-long program designed for Binghamton students in the Management Consulting Group. Throughout the program, students work on creating different strategic recommendations for various local businesses in Binghamton, while also getting real-life consulting experience. We'll show you some of our clients in a few minutes. It is important to mention that the program will soon be transitioned to focus on nonprofit clients for which and create recommendations to solve complex problems. If there is enough student interest, the program can also work on several clients at the same time each semester, so that students gain more formal consulting experience before the internship application process starts. So here are some of our previous and current clients. We worked with a hockey arena to increase attendance of hockey games and arena revenue. We also created a new pricing model and rebranded Binghamton Print Solutions, which is a printing organization on campus. For the local restaurant Binghamton Hots, students recommended to use eco-friendly containers and prioritize third-party delivery. Startup called Enhance VR is one of our current clients that we already work with to implement marketing and outreach strategies, as well as to create a new business plan. Now I would like to pass it on to Thomas to talk about our third and last competitions committee.
Thanks, Lamont. So moving into the competitions committee, they're in charge of running all the case competitions within MCG, and these case competitions are really what gives students valuable insight into what goes into the day-to-day of a consultant and whatnot. And this is how most students first get involved with MCG and first are introduced with MCG. And we'll jump into the case comps in a second here. But in doing this, the competitions committee is also able to assist with case workshops, such as the ones uploaded on the YouTube channel for EY TechX, as well as maintaining relationships with professionals, some of which will actually help to judge multiple of the case competitions. So moving into an overview of the case competitions, there are three main ones done throughout the year. The first is the Dean's case, which this year was based on Best Buy. This is done by all freshmen in the School of Management, and it's a great way for students to be introduced into the field of consulting. The next is the EY TechX case competition, which is also in the fall semester. And this is a technology-focused case, which is run in partnership by the Big Four firm EY. And their professionals will actually help to judge multiple of the rounds of this case competition. So it's a good way to kind of get yourself out there and network with them. And the final case is the CDP capstone case, which last year was done focused on Pfizer. And this is with the consulting development program, which we'll learn about in a moment here. So looking into the overall goals of the committee, the comps committee really seeks to provide students with an accurate overview of what the consulting experience is through case comps, and hopes to introduce students to the skills they need in order to work within this industry, as well as just providing overall exposure and networking benefits. And consistently, students find that case competitions are the best way for them to understand the consulting industry and for them to get out there and network with professionals. So the competitions committee is a major part of that. So moving on now into the consulting development program, also known as CDP. It's an intensive 10-week program, which is run by Management Consulting Group's eBoard, which provides an overview of the consulting industry and the various skills necessary to thrive within it. Through this, though, students also are provided the opportunity to network with professionals, attend exclusive workshops, and even learn interviewing skills, both in behavioral interviews as well as case interviews, all of which help to culminate, a very intensive process, which is a great way to learn about consulting and its industry. Of course, the application process, it opens towards the end of the fall semester, and it's open to freshmen and sophomores of any major with an interest in consulting and advisory. Usually it tends to be students within the School of Management, but in the past there's been students in other schools as well, such as Watson or Harper. So anyone with that interest is open to apply, and it contains both a written component as well as a formal interview. And finally, something I referenced earlier, the capstone case. It's a major part of CDP, and it concludes the program and allows students to display all the skills they've picked up and learned throughout the 10-week process. Teams in the past that have been successful have been actually able to pursue leaderships and internships within the consulting industry, proving to be a valuable experience for them. And some examples of past cases are shown here on the bottom. Pfizer was the most recent one, but cases have been done on Marriott and Delta as well in the past, and have been a great way for students to showcase their skills and actually present in front of professionals as well. So now I'll pass it off to Lamont to finish up the presentation.
All right, thank you so much for watching our introduction to MCG video. Hopefully you liked it and learned more about the program and what makes it so special. If you want to stay up to date with MCG events and activities, follow us on Instagram at MCG Binghamton. Also, if you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to us at consulting at mcgbinghamton.com. And be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. See you soon.